Alright, so welcome to MTV's CRIBS, or whatever. I wanted to get this out of the way before I put the little guy in there. These lights still have to go up there and whatnot. He's still in there right now. I gotta feed him and stuff, but he's going in here today. And I wanted to get this portion of the video done before he has a chance to mess anything up. So let's do a nice little tour here. So first of all, the overall size is 6 feet by 6 feet by 2.5 feet. Had to be able to fit through the door. It was in two separate halves, the top half and the bottom half. That also made it easier to just move around and get into the door. Once I put the wheels on it, that 6 feet made it too tall to actually fit through the door like that. So I kind of had to do it that way. These doors here, they are just 1x2s or whatever, glued together. Got plexiglass sandwiched between them. Running the Mist King setup on this guy here, as you can see. And I've been using these shelves here. They're basically just poly carts or whatever, and I just took the legs off them and used them as shelves. I can fill them up with substrate. He's got a top bowl there that I still have to fill with water. He's got a bowl there that I still have to fill with water. But the main prize here is the river here. So I got this whole pump set up, and oh no, that's not good. I ran into a little bit of an issue here. I just noticed this today, but the construction adhesive I had there failed. It didn't stick to the lid. It stuck to this surface pretty well, but I think the lid was just too smooth of a surface. So I'm gonna have to redo that. I was gonna get a spare one of these tubs anyway, so I think what I'll do is I'll just pick up the spare tub, and I already have spare lids and stuff, so I'll probably just do it right, I guess, and do it better on the next one, and then, you know, I'll install that probably in like a week or so. I don't know, probably longer than that because it takes a week for the stuff to even cure. But anyway, so that's my fountain. I have this nice system going on where I have the pump inside of a one of those like snap lid Tupperware containers, and I use waterproof construction adhesive to glue it down to the bottom of this, and then I put the pump itself inside of the Tupperware part, cut holes for like the tubing and the wires and all that stuff, and that allows me to just, you know, click it to the bottom and have it secured. But obviously it didn't work too well because it was just too smooth for the adhesive to stick to. I'm gonna have to rough it up next time. But yeah, he's got a nice, it's still working, and that's all that really matters. You got a nice fountain going on here. Little like waterfall river thing. And of course we've got some real plants going on in here. They seem to have rooted pretty well. I've got a fully bioactive setup, so there's a bottom layer of bio balls, and then I have like, you know, like a bunch of screen layer, and then the dirt on top of that. And then I've got little bugs and stuff, little isopods and mealworms and earthworms. So, you know, there's everything I need, I think, in here. Again, another plant, I've got some pothos over here, which is what all these viney plants are here. And then, forget what this was. The name's just not coming to me. I do know what it was, but I just don't remember right now. I got a radiant heat panel, 120 watts. That should be able to make up for any heat that doesn't reach from the heat lamps up there. I've got UV lighting here, as well as there will be UV lighting in those three holes there. And there's also some UV lighting in those as well, some UV heat lights. Those are just gonna be UV light, not UV heat. He's got a pretty big hide here that I got for him. It's actually made for a tortoise, so it should be a decent size for him. I'm hoping he actually uses this one. He didn't use the last one. I guess it was just too small for him or something. But yeah, these plants seem like they're doing decent. And yeah, I got some moss down right now, and I guess one fallen leaf to try to feed the isopods and stuff when they get hungry and they need something. But yeah, that's pretty much the whole shindig there. This green stuff I lined it with, this is just construction fencing. It's this nice like thick plastic fencing, so his claws will be able to get into that and he can actually climb it. I was cutting away the portion that would have covered this heat panel here because I didn't really want it on the heat panel. I don't want him to be able to like actually climb the heat panel. And I was in the process of cutting it off, and I was like, you know, I could make a hammock out of that, which is what I did. And you know, hopefully his legs don't get like all caught up in that. Like hopefully he's able to handle that without too much trouble. If he ends up having too much trouble with it, I'll probably take it out, but hopefully that'll go well. I have a lot of other plans for this too. There's gonna be some other decorations I'm gonna be trying to put in eventually. Maybe some like fake ivy stuff to just kind of hang from here, just to make it look good. Also, I'm gonna be taking probably a couple things out of here, like that piece of driftwood I'll probably put in here. And I also want to get a couple of those actual like hammocks to kind of make some sort of like bridge surfaces for him to walk across and whatnot. No, even as it is, it's pretty cool. I think he should like it, especially all the extra room he's gonna have. He should definitely enjoy that, and being able to have a nice bird's eye view of everybody while we're in here hanging out. Pretty much it. As for the enclosure itself, it's all just normal like hardware store lumber for the most part. I try my best not to use any pine. Most of it's like all Douglas fir, that type of stuff, so should be pretty good on that. Either way, it's all sealed in and finished, so I've got, the outside didn't really matter as much, but I've got like a polyurethane stain that I put on the outside. The inside is all spar urethane. I did an aerosol spray version of the spar urethane, which monetarily was a mistake, but it was a lot easier, and it works just as well. So that costed me like $200 fucking dollars. But it was worth it because I needed it. So yeah, all the doors are sprayed with that. All the inside surfaces are sprayed with it. And I sprayed these halves separately, so even like the connection points between here like are all sprayed and stuff. So every single surface that you could think of in here, and the top part, like the lid, was actually sprayed separate from everything, so that's like even more waterproof. That doesn't open either. This one I had an opening top on, and that was a hassle. I broke a lot of bolts that way. The bottom, I don't know if I caught a view of that at all, but I actually bought some pond liner, stuff that you actually use if you're like trying to like line concrete to make a pond or some other like material. They actually show that you can do this with like cardboard and stuff. Dude like makes like a pond basically. He makes an aquarium out of like a wood box and a cardboard box and all that stuff. Like, oh, it can hold water. You can make an aquarium out of wood. Like, and I'm like, oh, that's perfect. That's basically what I need. I need something that can hold water. And yeah, so like I mentioned, it's a bioball system, so there's gonna be like an area underneath where water is gonna collect. I have a fail-safe, and the reason why there's two of these valves here is because right where this 2x4 is, there's a 2x4 that runs on top of this all the way to the back, just to kind of add extra support, because there's over 300 pounds, 350 pounds of soil just in this right here. So that's heavy, and that was without adding a bunch of water. So once this gets soaked with water, you're probably looking 400, close to 500 pounds. So this needs to be strong enough. This just allows me to drain any excess water that happens to build up in the layer underneath. The idea isn't to have a fucking swimming pool down there. It's just to be able to collect water and make it so it's not a swamp in there necessarily, but still like hold the humidity, you know? But yeah, that's pretty much it. It's gonna be a little bit of a learning experience for me, of course. Like, things aren't always gonna go perfectly the first time, but I'll be able to fix that, and it's not a huge deal. I was thinking, oh, this sucks, I'm gonna have to like drain this out or something, but like, oh, no, I was planning on getting another tub anyway, so I'll just glue it onto the other tub, and then I'll fix this one once I put the other tub in. What are you doing, buddy? Don't even know what to do yet. You just went out now. A scoop. Like, what are you doing? Come here. Bro, you're not gonna get out through there, that's for sure. What are you doing? Bro. There you go. Oh, come on, dude. Apparently. Oh, yeah. Get you back up here. I'm gonna trample your plants immediately. Yeah. Thanks, bro. You got it. There you go.
That's it.
Good boy.
He gets a scale in there. I can't take the scale.
Alright, so we need to staple that wall on. I only stapled the border of that. I didn't staple the middle part like I did with all the other walls. Oh man, maybe it's down the ceiling. How great. It's a good thing that's not a hot lamp. Anyways, that's about it. Peace out.